Hello, everyone. My name is Nicole Scappi, and I work on the education team at the National Hemophilia Foundation. It is my pleasure to welcome you to NHF's Super 7 Storytime series. Super 7 is a children's book targeted to kids ages 8 to 12 with ultra-rare bleeding disorders, but everybody will find something to enjoy. The series will include various bleeding disorder community members who share a little bit about themselves and read a chapter from the book. Now, if you can join us during NHF's Pajama Book Lunch Party, please watch the party on our YouTube channel where Dr. Len Valentino reads the first chapter of the book. Now, please note, every week, NHF will publish a new video with a chapter reading from the book Super 7 for you to watch on your own time. You'll also notice our guests are in pajamas, and we encourage you to watch these in the evening in your pajamas too. So with that being said, I'd like to welcome our next guest of the Storytime series, Maureen Salazar Magana. Hi, Maureen.
Hi, Nicole.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. It's so nice to see you via Zoom.
Absolutely. I love doing this for you, and I'm excited to read this chapter.
Fantastic. Well, before you read the chapter, I want the audience to just get to know a little bit more about you. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and I'll start with a very simple one. Now, what state are you from?
I am from Nevada. I live in Las Vegas.
Oh, I bet there's lots of lights in Las Vegas.
There are lots of lights, yes, and it's also very hot.
Very hot, I bet. Well, thanks for sharing that, and you're in lovely Vegas. Now, if you're comfortable, do you mind sharing a little bit about your community affiliation?
Absolutely. I am a mother of a son with a severe hemophilia A and an inhibitor, and I also work for the Nevada chapter of the National Hemophilia Foundation.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Now I'm going to just totally switch up our topic here, and I'm going to ask you a very important question. What is your favorite food or snack?
So funny you say that, because right before this I was snacking, and I have my favorite snack bag here with me right now, and it's actually these sweet plantain chips from Trader Joe's. I love them so much. I buy them like by bags and bags and bags, and I snack on them, and they're just like little fried plantain chips, sweet ones. So they're delicious. Go out and buy them.
Wow, that's pretty fantastic. And they are definitely your favorite. It looks like you have like a bag on hand, like an emergency bag of plantains just in case. I love that. Well, this will be my last question for you. And my question is why is the book Super 7 important to you?
That's an awesome question. This book is very important, along with all the other books that do talk about children with bleeding disorder. As I said, I have a son with a bleeding disorder, and I think it's important for him to read about other children and stories that deal with bleeding disorder, so he feels more included in the community and other things of life that happen, that are going to happen, or that perhaps he's going to experience in the future.
Definitely. I couldn't agree with that more. Is kind of hearing somebody maybe in the same situation or a similar situation as you helps you and makes you feel a little less alone.
Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing that. Well, with that, I'd like to pass it off to you to read us the 11th chapter of Super 7. So Maureen, would you do us the honor?
Absolutely. I'm excited. And I already have it ready here to go.
Perfect. Whenever you're ready, we're ready.
Absolutely. All right. Chapter 11. 7, what's up? Coach asked. My teammates didn't know about my bleeding disorder, but Coach did, of course. How could I explain how my ankle felt, but still convince him that it was okay for me to play? I knew I should talk to him. I knew it. But what if he said no, that I had to sit it out? 7, Coach asked, frowning. I thought about Abigail saying, "Go Hornets," about the hours and hours I'd been practicing for this opportunity. Everything okay? Coach asked. Yep, I said. Sorry, Coach, spaced out there for a minute. Have a quick nod. He gave a quick nod, still frowning, looking like he might say something more. So I hurried out of the room. 4 kids in yellow and black striped t-shirts with snare drums slung around their necks stood along the sideline. They were rattling out a rapid staccato beat. I joined my team. We got on the court and we began warming up. Our opponents were getting changed in the girls' locker room. A moment later, the Cougars came out jogging through the gym doors. They began warming up on the other side of the gym. More band members joined the drummers and began playing. I saw Jax, his eyes bright, cheeks puffed out, blowing into his trumpet with everything he had. We locked eyes and he stopped playing for a second to give me a thumbs up. I was trying to take it easy on my ankle, trying to ignore that I was still sore. The stands were filling. We'd never had so many come to watch any of our games before. Quickly, I scanned the crowd again. Mom and Dad still weren't here. Phew, what would they think if they saw me on the court? Then I instantly felt bad. What did it matter if they weren't here yet? They'd be here soon because they promised to come and I knew I could count on them. And they thought they could count on me to be responsible, to do what was right for my health. And here I was, thinking of doing something stupid, desperately wishing I could play. Tanner, go Hornets T. It was Victoria. My anger at my sister came flooding out, and I threw the ball hard at Jason. He barely caught it. Looking at me in surprise, immediately I regretted it. I put up a hand, waved sorry, and suddenly all my anger vanished. I could apologize to Jason so easily. Why couldn't I be nicer to my own sister? It wasn't her fault I had this bleeding disorder. It wasn't even her fault I hurt my ankle. It was an accident. I'd been complaining about life being unfair to me, but I was the one being unfair. I turned to Victoria and smiled, waved, gave her a thumbs up, and she beamed back at me, my little sister. And standing there, I finally accepted it. I couldn't play in the game today.
Oh my goodness, I cannot mute. But that was a really excited. Oh my goodness. Thank you, first of all, so much, Maureen, for reading that. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
Well, if you are all curious what's going to happen next, please join us next week to hear Chapter 12 be read by another bleeding disorder community member. And thank you again, Maureen, for joining us today. And thank you all for tuning in. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.